Know why I let y'all convince me to continue to look into the Great Lake, but after seeing what is at the bottom of Lake Superior, I should have known that I would get thalassophobia looking into Lake Erie. But y'all better know I love you because I did it for you. Let's talk about Lake Erie. I am disturbed by how many lakes are just so cold that the bodies at the bottom of them are perfectly preserved and looking up at the top. Like there's literally mad bodies at the bottom, just like perfectly, like cryogenically frozen at this point, staring at the top like this. I'm trying to give y'all a visual like this. What's crazy is that's not even the worst of it. Y'all know that there is a large sea serpent that has been reported to be slithering around in the water in Lake Erie for over 200 years. Indigenous people, locals of that area, even to this day, crewmen, people that have been on ships, they have all reported seeing a giant sea monster in there. Listen, one thing about it, two things for sure, I'm so good on that. There have been sightings of ghost ships, like they see wooden ships in the fog at night. It's to the point that some people, like some crew members of ships that have gotten temporarily lost in those lakes, they won't even go back out there. Just like Lake Superior, people constantly hear voices in the fog. And the Navy, the literal Navy, has reported seeing UAPs and UFOs. Like literally lights hovering over the water, strange noises and figures under the deep when they're sailing around. What about the fact that the fog is so thick that it's almost like intentionally keeping people lost out there? It's like nature works together with the fog because the waves literally change direction so that the ship itself is technically trapped right in its place, like stagnant through a storm. And this has caused many people to lose their lives in that lake. Okay. So we literally have no idea how many shipwrecks there actually have been besides the ones that were reported, because there have been ships that have vanished, just vanished, and nobody knows where they are. No one. Wasn't it like Lake Michigan or something where it was like flight 2501, some random Northwest Airlines flight just flew into the air and never came back and nobody's ever found? I think it was Lake Michigan. Yeah, nobody ever found what happened to them. They never found the plane. But then randomly, I know we're talking about Lake Erie right now, but I forgot to tell you guys this in the last video. Randomly, they found there was 58 passengers that were just gone. No body parts, nothing. And then years later, they found 2 mass grave sites with bodies identified as the passengers on the plane, but no plane. So how did the bodies get there? And who dug the mass grave? Y'all, don't get me yapping on this because I'll talk about it all night and I will stay up all night. Anyway, as always, make sure you like and follow and comment down below if we should continue this Great Lake series. I don't know why I let you guys convince me to keep looking into creepy lakes, but here I am with yet another one. We are going to be talking about Lake Natron in Tanzania, a lake that the indigenous locals say is cursed and is the boundary between the living and the dead. Why, you ask? I'll tell you. The lake is literally blood red, first of all. The reason for its coloring is because there are so many salt-loving organisms in the lake, and that also gives it a super high pH that if you even step in there, you will be burnt alive. It will burn your skin off as if someone threw acid on you. So definitely don't dip your toesies in there. Not only that, the mineral content is so high that if animals fall into that water, they are immediately petrified. Mummified, y'all. If you go on the shoreline and look, there are literally dozens of dead animals that look like they just encountered Medusa, okay? Frozen like stone. And scientists say that the lake doesn't mean to intentionally petrify the animals, but because of the mineral content, that does happen. And when they go to explore that area, they say it feels very unsettling and very unnatural. So when the locals say that it's cursed and it's a spiritual boundary, it's hard not to believe them. So just know, if you're ever in Tanzania and you come across a bright red lake that's glowing in the sun, you are looking at one of the most unsettling and terrifying bodies of water on earth. As always, make sure you guys like and follow and comment down below if you want me to continue with the creepy lakes. Why I keep letting you guys convince me to look into creepy lakes, but here I am with yet another one. Imagine hiking through the Himalayas, seeing the beautiful mountains and feeling the fresh air on your skin, and then you turn the corner and see a small lake with hundreds of human bodies floating at the top of it. Yeah, that's a mood killer. Let's talk about Lake Rupund in India. Every time the ice melts in this lake, human skeletons float to the top. Skulls, femurs, torsos, doesn't matter. Hikers have been coming across this lake full of human remains for decades, and scientists have no idea who these people are. I've studied the skeletons that come up. What's crazy is even though they can identify them, they all have the same blunt force trauma to the head. Some theories are that it's a forgotten army, some theories were a mass unaliving, but scientists say that most likely was a giant hailstorm that unalived all those people at once because of the fact that the blunt force trauma is round, deep, and identical for each skull. But here's the creepy part. DNA shows that multiple groups of people have unalived the exact same way in this lake, but they're centuries apart. This wasn't a one-time disaster. People kept coming back to this lake and they kept meeting the same fate. But until now, scientists don't have a definitive answer of what actually happened. Locals say that the spirits still roam the area. Many hikers that know nothing about what happened have reported hearing echoes and footsteps behind them, a presence that makes the hair on the back of their neck stand up. So yeah, if you're ever planning a trip to the Himalayas, just know that there is a lake that quietly holds the remains of hundreds of people. Nobody really knows why they kept coming back. As always, y'all, make sure you like and follow and comment down below if I should keep this creepy lake series going.